TCP/IP, an introduction. So after this lecture, you may be understanding about briefly about OSA layers and the TCP/IP suite of layers. We won't go deep, but for understanding your purpose only, we will discuss and describe the need of layers, describe the difference between layers, how layers are the protocol wise. So if you look into that, a simple architecture, anywhere you go, this architecture is look like same. Some organization may be having number of departments or more. Some organization may be required complex network to confuse others when it is coming to the critical architectures, and they may be keeping a different LAN and then in front of that, but there is a separate lines will be there. But however, whether it is in your home or whether it is your office, if you look into that or mapping into the network architectures, the maybe whatever you are seeing in this particular uh, screen, this would be the basic network architecture. Suppose let's say you are in your home. What is exactly in your home network? Maybe instead of a switch, you are having an access point here. That access point is basically you are connecting through wireless. If you have any kind of a physical system and a physical network, maybe you are directly connecting to one of the broadband router which is having multiple ports, you may be connecting directly. Otherwise, mobiles, laptops, all are connected through access point. That access point switch with respect to this department or with respect to your compare with your home, your mobiles, your network device, your laptop, everything connected to a access point, wireless access point. Here in the case network point, it is in a switch. And at home, there could be there is no security. Directly, it will be connected to the broadband router and where it is connecting the internet. And you are accessing all internet. But when it is coming to the office, you maybe have a separate departments. Each department should be controlled in such a way that other departments cannot contact them because of the nature of work they are doing. In case of financial people are there, so a further security that they were in controlled subnet network so that everybody cannot connect to the particular financial network. But in case if required, you may be enabled with some kind of conditions where the conditions are part of in a firewall which is established here, if you can observe it. Here, if you can observe it. So this firewall is containing 2 or 3 networks or number of networks based on your organization are having, where there is an internal switch for all, because you may be divided into as a departments, but you are all part of one network, one organization. This is organization switch that is also called internal switch, where you are connecting the gateway firewall and router and you are going out. Of course, these two devices may be connecting logically to the external switch. Okay, in this, one of the user of this department is connecting and sending this information to here itself. Let's say, for example, these two are wanted to talk to each other. So there is no need to go this particular communication between these two users to outside of this department. I'm right. So this will go automatically to the switch because logically connected a switch. This information, the source information will go to the switch and it travels to the destination of the user. On what basis switch is forwarding these packets? Because there is a requirement of the addressing system. So when you wanted to go to some city and reach some hotel, you require address to reach that hotel. You are going to Chennai from Delhi. But in Chennai, you are staying in a hotel, so until you have an addressing system, you cannot go there. Similarly, the packets also required an addressing system to deliver it. If there is no addressing things are there, because this is having the capability of transferring the packets from one point to another point, what exactly do? So whenever he sent this communication from this switch, if that switch doesn't know any address system, so it cannot understand anything. So simply whomever connected, it will forward. It can forward here, it can forward here also, and also it can forward here firewall. This firewall also doesn't have any kind of such thing. It forwards this network, this forwards this network. But what purpose we kept this firewall switch? It's like in a god, and somebody is going from one department to another department, the physical guard checks whether right person is going into the inside or not. Similarly, the firewall is also acting like that, huh? Whether you want to deliver or not deliver those packets. But these all people are in one domain, one part of switch. There does not require any kind of checking that this one. But however, when it is coming to the individual privacy, if you are sending a file for this particular system to their second system, and you also ensure that this thing won't be forward further to anybody. Otherwise, what happens when this goes to every system? There is no confidentiality. Uh, there is no confidentiality at all. So because everybody receives that message, so that everybody can see the messages. In that problem is there. That is where these devices must have some addressing systems. And the packet, suppose this second case study, this user is sending a communication to this user, so this particular switch understand, so this message is not within the network, it is the external network. Who are connected external network? This guy was connected. Then this guy also should see that filter the messages, rather than delivering to the above, he should deliver to these packets. This is the case 2. Case 3, if any member wanted to access internet, because all these are private networks, which we will discuss soon about what are the private networks. So they cannot get any internet. They wanted to get the internet, what they have to go to up to this place. Then only you can go out, because this is from here it is a internal network. Of course, further this is divided into two subnetworks. One is a demilitarized zone, which generally called as a DMG. One is internal network, means all internal departments are connected one side, and DMG connected as an other side. Why? Because these are services which are giving to the public, which are also giving to the internal, when internal members are part of network. So whomever coming to these services, you need to properly check and forward to the respective servers, and also forward further back to in the right way. So that means if a user is trying to connect internet, how it goes to the outside by reaching this boundary router. Third case, if a user outside member, they want to access about our website, you will come to first our boundary router, then our firewall, then you will go to the access this web server.